And Buck Jr.
Hi, he'll be here shortly. He's
That's Michael.
Hi, Michael. All right. Well, Christmas is almost here. The drawing is almost here. We are live. He made it.
Hold the applause. Hold the applause.
Golf clap. Golf clap. Golf clap.
I've made it.
Are we good? Are we in the screen?
Mine's taking a minute, but yes.
Okay.
That's a nice little cup holder.
Yeah. Okay. Now, yeah. Well, like I said, the giveaway is 2 days away.
2 days.
This time on Thursday, she's going to be drawing the name out of the hat. So if you guys haven't done it yet, if you guys are watching, get a piece of merch, send me an email with a screenshot for the purchase on it, and you're in for the drawing on Thursday at 8 o'clock, Christmas Day at 8 p.m.
For that motor.
Central for that motor. Not this intake, but this intake is what we're going to talk about today. But, and like I said, make a purchase, send me the screenshot, I'll get it into it, and we'll make up. And like I said, she's going to pull the winner 48 hours from right now. 48 out. We're 48 hours out from the first Uncle Buck's Garage giveaway. Yeah, that's kind of exciting. Next year will be even better. Yeah. And you guys have really ponied up. I mean, like I said, there's been lots of orders. So, I mean, but like I said, more than one order gets you more than one chance. Every order gets a chance. But it's just been the response has been great. I mean, and you're gonna have to excuse Miss Christina. She got the flu from the boys. We babysitted this weekend some, and she got sneezed on a bunch.
She got a shotgun blast straight to the dome.
Yeah. From the little one. Yeah, and so she woke up
that next
Monday.
That next day.
Yeah, she's had the croup for 3 days. You know, and I started getting. I just kind of went. It just kind of went. I said, "Get off me! Get off me! I'm good."
Yeah, but how long's it been since I've been sick?
3 days. Today's the third day.
I know. How long has it been since I've been sick? You know,
last. I don't remember the last time you were sick.
Yeah, it's been a long time since she's been sick.
You were due.
I do. Okay.
Anyways, but yeah, no, this engine minus the intake as it sits, flywheel, harmonic balancer, all done, ready to go. And the cam's got to get broke in, but I mean, it is. I would trust it to put it in something. Anyways, plus with them good 487X heads, she's gonna flow. Plus we played on with them a little bit. We flowed them out. It's gonna be a really nice little deal. Okay, now what I want to talk about is this. Okay, now a friend of mine brought this over to me, just gave it to me because he has no use for it and everything. He got to give it to him, but I want to discuss that. It was made that way. This is not welded up. This is I'm going to assume, I don't have a brand on this, but all the water jackets have been filled. And I'm going to assume, well, I know what my assumption is. I know what type, I'm thinking I know what type of this is. But it's got a part number on it and everything. But what do you think that this small block Chevy intake was used for? You know, looks like it's been ported and cleaned and made pretty and everything, but without a water jacket on it, any kind of cooling system, and showing how everything is filled, what type of engine do you think this was used on? Go. Anyways, I know you guys we ought to play the Jeopardy music. Ding, 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 ding.
Oh my God.
Ding, 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 ding. Dum, dum, dum.
Y'all are dorks. I'm telling you.
Dum, 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 dum. Boom. Okay. And the answer is?
No idea.
None?
No idea.
No idea.
We're gonna ask this question a couple of times. We're not gonna make this an hour long, like I said, because Miss Christina doesn't feel good. So, but she's a trooper and she's come out. She's got her tissues with her, and if you hear her blowing her nose, don't worry about it.
I'm so sorry.
But I really have my ideas of what this is for. But I mean, it's awful tall. It's got long runners on it, and being around drag racing as long as I've been around drag racing, I have my idea.
Brad says marine application.
Close. But it's getting close. And it's got a weird flange on it. I don't know if you guys noticed. I'll show you the flange. It's not your normal, Holly flange on it. It's a Holly bolt pattern, but the flange is kind of rounded, So that should be a giveaway. But we'll give her a little bit longer, see if you guys think about that thing. Let me see. Any new news this week? Well, we got Christmas done. Wow. Christmas starting tomorrow. Bits and pieces. Family members, this, that, eats, foods. Right. My favorite part of it, the eating food part. Oh my God, that's one thing about Christmas is there's been so much junk food in the house. For someone that tries to be healthy, man, it's been.
You know what I haven't seen though? Candied pecans.
No, yeah. Christina's famous candied pecans or a pumpkin roll.
No, she said she was gonna make a Christmas roll. It's the same thing.
Same thing. It's just different colors.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think I'll make
pumpkin roll is for Thanksgiving.
I'll make that tomorrow.
As I say, December ain't over yet.
Brad
says being sick for Christmas sucks, and yes, it does.
Yeah, it does. I mean, I'm really hoping that we dope her up tonight. She's in enough to just knock her ass out and get some sleep, and then she wakes up tomorrow and feeling better. Because being sick during Christmas would suck. I don't know. Do you remember being sick for Christmas?
I did. I toughened it up.
Yeah. I mean,
I was a kid, so.
I don't think it really. You wouldn't even tell us if you were sick or not. You'd be like, "Oh, yeah,
yeah." You were 10 foot tall and bulletproof at 10 years old.
Yeah.
I was 10 foot tall and bulletproof every year. I got out of the Navy and I found out I'm not bulletproof anymore.
Yeah, that's true too. But okay, what was work like this week or for the last 7 days? How many motors you do in 7 days?
What is that for? Super big intake.
You gotta guess.
You gotta guess what the intake is used for.
I'll tell you later on this live.
I promise we're gonna sell, but I want everybody's guesses in to what this was produced for.
Baller says I had the chicken pox for Christmas once. That was an amazing.
Oh, that sucks. Anyways, so we'll just do this. We'll set her up like that. But this is because it got no water passage in it. We're giving hints here. And no water passage. That means there's no water passages in the engine or above this point. So I know it's but I'm not going to say. I'm not going to say.
Okay. Must I drop the oil pan to change the timing case cover on a Gen 1 350? It's
not that far.
Has a one-piece oil pan.
Okay. What you do is you take the front two bolts out and you take 3/4 of the bolts on the rail, but you leave the back two bolts just unscrewed a little bit to let the pan open.
Like a training pan.
Like a training pan. Like you're draining a training pan, okay? But you don't need about that much space because there's enough room in the cross member, whatever you got it in, to let that pan drop enough because you have to slide the timing cover. I'm going to get one here. All right.
He said, thank you.
All right. Because to be able to slide the time cover in once you pull it off, because that seal here goes up against the oil pan like this. That's what this ridge right here is where your seal runs for your front oil pan. So you've got to drop it down enough to get this out, and There's some of them that used to have. This one's been removed. Some of them have like original ones have tabs on them here, and somebody was smart enough to grind them off on this one and take those tabs off. Some people take a cutter and cut them off, but this guy was smart enough to take the grinder to it so that you could actually do it that way. Because almost guaranteeing that your stock pan is going to have tabs right here, and they can be problematic because you have to kind of slide it up and get it in place to be able to do it. But that's how you do that with it in the car without having to drop the pan.
Let's see. Brad on something with Marine with no cooling jackets.
Close. Still, that's number 2 on Marine.
And true. Thank you. And then, oh gosh, increase RPM.
Well, now
from Miss Presley.
Now, the reason you would like not have a water jacket in an engine is to basically it's a like a what we would call engine block filler. It's like concrete, and you pour it in the water jacket, and it makes like a very big bored out engine more stable. Okay, it basically just turns the coolant passage into a solid block of metal, which makes the engine more stable if you're going to turn a lot of RPMs. That's part of it, part of what this setup would be used for. It would be just to stabilize the block at really high RPMs and a lot of pressure, and just beating on it weekend after weekend.
Okay. Michael says, going to say short block intake or big block intake?
Small block. This is small block intake.
And Miss Judy says, Buck, don't you dare blame John and Wyatt for sneezing on Miss Christine. You did that. You did it yourself, Buck.
Tell him. He peppered her several times Sunday. Just, you know, a 1 year old at 3 months or 4 months doesn't have any control. He just sneezes when he sneezes. And he was just blowing chunks.
Yeah. And Dietrich says, how can I tell from a visual inspection if the harmonic balancer is good or bad? Gen 1, 350, 90K miles.
Straight edge.
If you got to run it, watch what it's running. I've had them separate where they suck themselves back into the timing cover. I had a 327 one time. The harmonic, you could see it here. The harmonic balancer was scuffing the pan. See these marks right here? That's the ring. There's an inner hub and an outer hub. It's encased by a rubber ring. And once they get old enough and brittle, like all rubber and plastic does, it gets old and brittle, it'll start moving. It'll start separating, and then it'll suck up against the centrifugal force will suck it up against the cover. So the easiest way to tell is, first thing, put a timing light on it, see if it's moved, because they have a habit of the inner hub and the outside hub shifting, all right? And there should be about 1/8 of an inch gap between the balancer and the cover. So, but that's the thing. If you can see, there's you won't be able to see it with the pulley on, but that's the big thing. See if there's any kind of movement. It should be solid, like a tire spinning on a balance machine. There shouldn't be any wobble at all. If there's any wobble at all, you know your rubber is starting to separate. Question?
Yeah. Presley wants to know what the question is.
Question is this weird intake that has no water passage on it whatsoever. What is the application that this was produced or made for? That's what the question is. Whether, you know, racing, whatever it is, what was this manifold actually produced to do or be used for? That's the question.
Okay. Brad says marine supercharger for a drag boat.
No.
Close. That's the third. It's not marine. It's not a marine application.
To answer your question, I did one motor this week, and I've got another one, a transmission, a wiring harness, and transfer case to do.
Ugh, transfer case. Ugh.
It'll take me an hour to do it, and I get paid 3 hours.
Okay, well, hey, yeah. He's learning the process. He's learning the tricks to work in the system. Yeah. And he got told when he first got out of the class, in November, he got told by an old tech that says you got to work 3 weeks ahead. You got to plan it 3 weeks ahead, and once you get that 3 weeks in, then it's heavy rotation. You're getting your time, you're getting your hours, and doing your work.
Okay, so D Truth says it looks like a big block Mopar Valley pan.
Nope, it's a small block Chevy, big ports on it, lots of airflow.
And Presley says drag and circle track racing.
Drag racing.
Drag racing. Yep. Drag racing. Yep.
Brad says supercharger mud dragster. Dang it, I gotta know.
Yeah, it could be. It's drag racing. It could be used pretty much anywhere drag racing, but it's the type of fuel system that's used on that intake is the key. Hence the weird non-Holly port and everything. It's special. Somebody, yeah, and it's got a lot of RPMs because it's a big high rise. It's taller than a Team G. It's like a NASCAR 9,000 RPM intake, and it's got huge runners on it, and so it's flowing tons of air. So I mean, so you guys are getting close. So we're going to whittle it down to drag racing.
Still think alcohol?
You're getting closer.
Ding, 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 ding. We have a winner. Alcohol or methanol?
Pete Presley says, let me ask Google.
Alcohol or methanol? Okay, now, because alcohol and methanol run so cold, and you can fill the block, and this would be I know you guys probably don't know what this is, but this would be a single bowl with a driven fuel pump to just shove massive amounts of alcohol, because alcohol burns differently than gasoline, or methanol and alcohol burn differently than gasoline. So you have to do 4 times the amount of fuel to get the same amount, but there's no cooling system needed. So this car would have been pushed up to the line with this intake with a big, huge, like a big toilet bowl right there, just dumping fuel and forcing air. And it would run 7,000-8,000 RPMs and never even hit a lick. But it would have to be short bursts. There's no cooling system involved. The block would be filled, so it's a solid chunk, so it's stable at those kind of RPMs. It would have huge aluminum heads on it, and it would be just blowing 8,000 RPMs like nothing. But the trade-off to that is that you'd use 3 gallons of gas to make a run, as opposed to a gallon of gas to make the run. And you got to clean everything. You got to drain everything, because that amount of fuel fouls oil real fast. But you ain't ever got to worry about overheating. I mean, we saw that on Mike's Drake car. Him using methanol. It would be, the only thing warm on it would be the exhaust. Everything else would have frost on it. It would just frost over when he started up, because the alcohol methanol just cools everything. But this is a legit alcohol, mechanically driven, dumping huge amounts of fuel with this big, huge honking air horn on the top of it. But that is an alcohol drag racing small block Chevy intake. Ding, 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 ding. We have a winner. And it's going to turn into wall art. Literally.
Yeah, okay.
I'm never going to run alcohol. It's going to turn into wall art. I'll hang it up somewhere, or if I use it for trade material or whatever. But I mean, it's like brand new. It just needs to be cleaned up. That's a great thing about intakes. Unless you abuse them, they last forever. They don't really go bad. And the same friend that brought me this brought me a nice big block Chevrolet intake manifold for the big block build, which I've cleaned up and everything. But I mean, it's exactly what I want. It's open plenum. It's the old. If you guys remember the old, when they first started making them, they made the carburetor sit off to the side a little bit to try to align them with the ports. Yeah, it's one of those. It's Edelbrock, but I don't remember the. It's not a Scorpion. Edelbrock's originals like that were called Scorpions, but it's a little bit newer than that. But there's no pulled threads and it just needs to be cleaned. It's just been sitting in the shed for 30, 40 years.
Yeah.
But it's completely usable. Plus, it's the big oval ports, which is what I like.
Somebody suggested that you make a table out of it.
Okay. Not a bad idea. Mom wouldn't like it in her house.
No, I wouldn't like it in the house. You could put it in the shop, though.
Yeah. Yep.
So, and Mike says, I would never use it. Enjoy.
Yeah. I don't think I ever run alcohol. I mean, I'll find somebody that actually would want it or need it someday. Just not today, but someday. But that's what it's about. So, like I said, smash that like button, hit that bell. Who was it that answered it with the drag racing?
Well, Presley said something, and then Brad said something.
Good job, Brad. Good job, Brad.
Good job, Presley.
Good job, Presley. Hi, John. How are you?
And then Mike said, I think it's alcohol. And then Brad said nitromethane.
No. Oh, small block.
But anyway,
That stuff don't burn. It explodes. Yeah, drop some nitro on this build. You'll see heads go through the roof and things go everywhere. Yeah. No.
Mike.
It goes right through the concrete.
I planted my flag here. Bam! And I put the crank over there and the crank over there.
And we'll just throw it all in the bin and take it to the scrapyard because it's all gone.
Saw an interesting video today on the LM7LS. If you put 10 pounds of boost on it, you basically make a 500 horsepower fucking monster.
Yeah, we've been watching.
Stock,
We've been deep diving on
yes.
Engine Masters on HBO Max. Just going back and just watching old stuff the last 10 years, and I can't argue with the performance you can do. And they did, like season 2 or 3, they did a junkyard short block, and it made almost 1,600 horsepower, 1,550. 1,550 horsepower, dual 88 millimeters. But
bone stock short block.
They said the only thing they did was open up the ring gap so that they didn't touch because of the heat. But they did 30 pounds of boost with aftermarket heads.
Just under 30. Yeah,
just under 30, 29.4, whatever, on a 5.3 liter LS engine, and they made no, it was a 5.3.
No, it was a 6.0.
Was it a 6.0? Okay.
It was a 4th gen 6.0.
Okay. So it's a 6.0, almost 1,600 horsepower, but they stopped because they were at the limit of the map sensor because the map sensor was good for like 29.5 of boost, pounds of boost. And that's what they run it up to. And 1,300
1,200
foot-pounds of torque at 4,800, and at 7,000 making 15.5 horsepower. It was impressive on a junkyard bottom end.
And technically a small block.
Yeah.
6.0 is still considered a small block.
6.0, yeah, because a 400 small block is a 6.0 or a 6.1 or 6.2 or a 6.0. I can't remember what the metric conversion is, but yeah, it was amazing to watch, and everything computer controlled. They're just so damn ugly engines.
Yeah, they're pretty ugly.
Yeah,
they got a lot going on.
Now I will admit they look better with a set of valve covers on them, and when they put all the coil packs on the firewall or on the fender wells, and they run them in that way instead of being on the engine and just covering it all up.
Now they make. I thought about this when we do the LS build for my truck to replace the motor. They make a valve cover where you put the coils on there
and it covers.
And then they have a cover on it. And
it says Chevrolet.
And all you see is wires.
Yeah, it says Chevrolet on it. They make it the all across the valve cover. It says Chevrolet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw them. I was like, that'd be cool.
Exit says, just joined. What's up, Uncle? Michael says, went to the doctor today and said my labs look good.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. That's good news, Michael.
Exit says, I need to buy something to for the giveaway, right?
Yep. Buy something. Doesn't matter what it is, even if it's just a sticker. Get you a hoodie, a t-shirt, whatever it is. And then my email address is on the bottom of the list in bigbuckslater@gmail.com. bigbuckslater@gmail.com. It's all lowercase. And send me the screenshot of the purchase. That qualifies you for it because I use Spring Tea, they won't give me your information. They'll tell me I have a sale, but they won't give me your personal information like your name, your address, or anything like that. They keep all that pretty tight to the vest. So make a purchase, get a verification of the purchase that it's done, and then send me the screenshot at bigbuckslater@gmail.com, and you're in for Thursday night.
Baller says 6.0 liters are killing, but sticking with the Gen 1.
Yeah, I am too. I mean, this is what I know. I mean, but really, the honest truth, like this one right here, it's built, everything new. It wouldn't take 1,500 horsepower. The bottom end would not handle it. It would not take it. There's no way. With the engineers that designed those things did their homework. They took all the little picadillos that the first gens have and they fixed them. But it was interesting that the stock LS, no boost, compared to the stock LS with good heads and a stage 2 cam or stage 3 cam and everything, it really didn't make that much difference for horsepower, maybe 100. But a stock LS with what was the first one? 12 pounds of boost or 15 pounds?
It was just under 10.
Just under 10 pounds of boost blew all the good parts that they put on naturally aspirated by 200 horsepower? Yeah. Just by just a simple, very mild, turbo tune. Yeah, it just blew it away. And then when they pop 1,500 horsepower with that sucker, oh my goodness.
Baller says that's crazy horsepower. D-Truth says, what direct BOKT heads would you recommend for small block chamber for a Gen 1 350?
Domestic would be Brodix. They have a line of street heads. They're a little bit more expensive than you would do. You could do Chinese, but you're going to spend money to get valve job done and everything. So honest, truly, you could save some money from getting the castings, but you're still going to buy springs. You're going to buy valves. You're going to have to have a valve job done. You're going to might have to have them surfaced if they're not flat in the whole line. Brodix is out of the box, bolt them on. They'll put whatever springs you want on them for however lift you're going to do, whether it's going to be roller or flat. And they're still they're an hour away from me, and they still have their foundry. They're still making them themselves. Everything in-house, American made, American owned. So for my preferences, Brodix would be where I went. They have some 180 cc and some 200 and 190 cc's. They're called Dragon Slayers. I think that's what they're called. They're street heads. And they're dynamite. Now, like I said, but aluminum heads, no matter what you do, you're going to spend money. You're going to spend money. I mean, the same friend that brought me this intake brought me a set of oh shoot, it just went on my head. They're really good flowing heads from the 90s. Anyways, so
Exit said, the site doesn't recognize my roll route or accept PO box. I'll try to get an order in before the live is done.
Okay, yeah. But I mean, yeah, if you get it in, we're good. I mean, like I said, it's just, I know UPS's and FedEx's has their thing. But what are those kind of heads called?
Vortex.
Vortex. Yeah, he brought me a set of. He gave me a set of Vortex. But again, Vortex, same thing. Vortex flow great, but you're going to spend money getting them milled, getting them fixed. You got to change all the springs. And let me say, I mean, they're one of the first set of Vortex I've had in my hands in 20 years, and the springs on them are just tiny. I mean, they're, you know, where the springs on this, I guarantee you they're a good 3/8 of an inch, half of an inch bigger springs on this engine than on the Vortex. And they don't like a lot of those springs don't like a lot of lift because of the way the guide perches are. You can't get a lot of lift in them or they start hitting. And so you got to get them machined to handle any kind of lift. I mean, like I said, they flow great out of the box. You ain't got to do anything to them, but you're going to machine them if you're going to put any kind of lift, a cam with any lift, especially a roller cam. You're going to spend money. Either way, I mean, so for me, if I get them delivered and they're in the box and I just got to wipe them off and put them on, I ain't got to do anything, no machine work or nothing. Yeah. My second choice would probably be the Summit brands or the Speedmasters. I mean, Summit's still kind of making a lot of their stuff. Edelbrock is still making heads in-house. That video's coming up Sunday. I mean, I really went deep and I've got revisions and yeah, I had to do some apologizing for, I said some things wrong on the first video, but it'll be up Sunday. And, but yeah, so it would be Brodix and then it would be Speedmaster or Summit. AFR are good heads, but you're going to pay for them. You know, you can save a little money. Summit and Speedway are pretty comparable when it comes to AFR street heads. Now, if you want to go 220, 240 CFM runners on a small block, you can spend a lot of money. You can really spend a ton of money.
Most of the money you're going to spend on your build is going to be either between the rotating assembly and the heads.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah. But your biggest bang for your buck is your heads. Yeah. That's the money shot.
I feel like, and this might be a little controversial, but if you're buying heads, like straight brand new buying heads, I feel like a good number is like 1,200. 1,200 for a decent set of heads.
But you can still do it Speedway and Summit.
Yeah, you can 1,200. Anything over 1,200, it's like now you're just showing off. There ain't no.
But Brodix are going to be a little bit more than that. But I mean, like I said, if I have the ducats,
like I said, like it's an average number. But I mean, because you know, like trick flows are a little bit more than that. You know, your
AFRs are a little bit more.
AFRs are a little more than that. But like a good roundabout average number is like $1,200 for heads.
Built.
Yeah.
Come
with valves, springs, keepers, all that.
Brad says, gotta go. Merry Christmas to all of you.
Merry Christmas.
At the
Merry
Buck's house.
Christmas. Happy holidays.
Hope you feel better, Mrs. Buck.
Yeah, she's
Mrs. Buck.
You know, she has problems with that.
Oh, I do not. Just let it go.
For years, you always just get mad because she wasn't Christina, she was Buck's wife.
Yeah, well.
I mean, I thought that I was thinking that should be a badge of honor, being Buck's wife. You know, I mean,
yeah.
Shit. Imagine being Buck's kid.
Yeah.
And knowing everybody in the county, he couldn't get away with nothing.
So,
you okay, baby?
I'm getting stuffed
she's
up.
dying.
Yeah, she's dying.
She's dying over there.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Is she okay? No, she's hurting.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So let's just go through the smash the like button. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Like I said, Being the Engine Works says they're working on my stuff. She still hasn't found her dog. But she's training a new one right now. They had another Doberman and they're training. He's like 2 years old and they're starting him in the process, but it like takes a year.
Yeah.
A year for service dog training. Well, we're still hopeful because the local news networks and everything are involved now too. The local news, they've been doing spotlights about it and they're getting leads. They're just, you know, I just like, how long was Sis gone that one time? When she jumped the fence and was gone.
Are you talking about when we were in Cali?
Yeah.
She was gone for a whole day.
Well, I mean, didn't you have one that got out and they were gone like forever, and they come back, or she came back and she was just beat up? Was that Minnie?
That was Sissy and
Oh.
Milo.
No.
Sissy and Milo both got out. Sissy came home that night, but she was gone for a good 12 hours.
Yeah. Well, what about Milo?
And then Milo was gone that whole evening till midday. And then Presley got a message on Facebook because we put out, they're like, hey, we're missing our dog. And someone was like, yeah, I just saw him down this street. And he was like 2 miles from the house. So she loaded up and took off.
Yeah, it's hard not to spot a white boxer.
But he was mangled.
I mean, he
got in a fight with coyotes and all kinds of shit.
Hercules says, I'm just watching and learning. No questions. Merry Christmas, Buck and Mama. Muller says, Merry Christmas. You best let your wife sleep.
We're gonna dope her up, and we're gonna take her right to bed as soon as we get done with this. But she just got done, like I said, wrapping presents for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yep. But I'm still hopeful that Gabriel is going to show back up for Santana.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's going on, and Christmas and the giveaway. Like I said,
they're still motor swaps.
Still doing motor swaps. Yep. Going to start on the Mustang first of the year. Got to wait till my taxman told me to stop spending money and wait till after the first year so that we can.
I need your guys' help to convince this one to get a rotor or get a rotisserie, a car rotisserie. So when we do the paint job on Mama's Mustang, we can
scrap stain.
We can make that thing shine like a diamond and a goose butt.
Well, I mean, I got 3 things on my list. I pretty much got everything. We're gonna get a lift. I would like to get.
Working on the ground.
I would like to get a gantry crane for pulling cabs and stuff. You know, the big A-frame on the wheels with electric winch, and just strap it up with a 4x on both ends, and just pull them off the frame and roll the frame underneath and drop it on the boards and turn it over and do whatever we need for doing cabs and bodies. And yeah, if I'm going to do Mustangs and Camaros and things like that over the next 20, 30 years, yeah, a rotisserie would be a good thing. But the main one, the first one, is the lift. And I sent out.
The first thing is power,
electric, and
AC, and heat, and insulation.
That's another thing that I have.
Hercules says, now you're naming my wish list.
Yeah. I figured out what I'm going to do for the interior of the shop. It's going to be distressed wood.
Okay, so we have found a way to do that. I'm glad you brought this up because I want to kind of. Does anybody have an idea on anybody that? Because we have wood. We have the wood. It's been dried for almost 6 months, 7 months now. We have the wood.
Well, I looked at them. They're only like 3 foot long, 4 foot long.
Yeah, well, there's like a crap ton of them.
Yeah, we had a tree fall, and we were thinking about
Do we know of anybody in the area with a sawmill
or a saw style that you could set up and start making strips?
Yeah, you would just cut
making boards,
strips.
Because there was an 80-footer that fell across the fence, and he cut it up. Him Presley cut it up in pieces, and they're about 4 or 5, 6 foot long, but they're about this big around. So if you could like haul them out and have them just cut, but then you have to let them dry forever. You know, you have to at least a year. They have to go a year to dry because they'll bow and shrink and everything. It won't look right. But I've been on Marketplace, and there's all kinds of people selling just piles of old wood. And I think that's what we're going to do. Sand them, put them up, and just make a big puzzle out of the whole deal. And just distress wood, and then put a clear seal on it and insulate behind it. And I think that would be a lot more fun. It'd take time, but it'd be a lot of time. Yeah, but it'd be a lot more fun, and it would look just freaking cool. It would look cool.
Michael says Thomas has been feeling bad, but he's still hard-headed.
Well, all 3 of y'all are hard-headed. You and him and Miss Judy.
Miss Hunter says the Mopar I think that's LA 360 1.8 88 slash 1.60 heads are the best for the street. Better that Chevy because of the intakes.
Yeah, I mean, six. Yeah, I mean, they all of them, except for Ford, all of them have their ups and downs. Now, my first car was a '69 Dodge Dart. Had it for 2 weeks, wrecked it. 3 months later, I had my Monte Carlo. I've been a Chevy guy ever since. But I mean, we had an old Ford pickup truck with an FE motor in it, and it ran on 7 cylinders for 7 years. It had a dead cylinder in it, and I ran it like that way, drove it back and forth to work for years. But I've just never been a Ford fan. But yeah, there's all the companies have some great engines, some great designers, some great engineers. This is just what I like. This is what I know, and this is what I do.
Not to point any fingers or anything, but you realize that a Dodge 5.7 Hemi is pretty much a Chevy small block with domed pistons.
Did you know I found this? I didn't know this until just recently. If you find, basically, how Chevy has 1, 3, 5, 7, 2, 4, 6, 8.
Yeah.
Right? Ford has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah.
The firing order is the same. The firing order between Chevy, Dodge, and I think it's the same way in Mopar. First gen, small blocks, big blocks, whatever. If you numbered them like on a Chevrolet, and you do them on Ford, it's the same firing order. But the distributor's in the front, on the side, in the back, it's the same firing order. That I learned that I never knew that one. But if you change it up, 2, 4, 6, 8, 1, 3, 5, 7, and you did that on a Ford, and you run your firing order, it'd be the same as on this engine. It's just the only difference. And some of them have the 4-7 swap, But other than that, they're all the same. They're just different engineers, different country, different companies, different times.
Yeah.
Exit says, my first car was an 82 Buick Regal 3.8 torque monster. LOL. Hated it back then. Nowadays, I realize how freaking cool it was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think I'll ever build anything newer than a 92. I think that's going to be, if it's got a computer on it, I ain't working on it. You don't have a choice. That's.
Well, I like working on it with I don't.
You're a tech guy.
Yes, but I'm also the guy that I understand that the efficiency outweighs, or the efficiency and the consistency outweigh the how. So you might be able to hit, you might be able to make 700 horsepower and might be able to go stupid fast, but I'll put down 400 and be able to run that motor for
ever.
know.
That's why I think from this point on, when it comes to boring stuff, I'm going to go just enough to get it clean, because these things are getting hard to find. They're they're out there, but they're hard to find. So if you get one that's 20 under and you can clean it up for another 10 thousandths, do that and do it 30, and then have to build it back 5 years later, go another 10, 15,000 RPM to go 50. That's what I'm doing with the big blocks, and what I did with this one's 40. So if I burn it up or do whatever, we can go 60 on it, or maybe 50 and buy pistons. But they're just getting, they're still out there, but I'm lucky enough that all my friends are still in basically what you would call in the business of doing this.
Yeah, and
it's been a great source of parts.
That's the only other reason why too. I want to hold on to that 5.3 after we rip it out. It's
it's a core. It's buildable.
Yeah, buildable.
Any questions? What time is it?
8:45.
Okay, we're gonna call it a night since Miss Christina doesn't feel good. Like I said, make those purchases, get in the drawing. We'll see you in 48 hours for the drawing. If you'd like to send us a Christmas gift, that'd be awesome. Just give a gift or do whatever. 2026 is going to be good. Now we're going to have another live next week. We're not going to take off from that before the New Year's, but 26 is going to be an awesome year. It's really going to be an awesome year.
Don't forget about our Summit link.
The Summit Super Link. Yeah. If you guys are going to buy parts this winter or this spring on your projects, go through that link.
Or tax season.
Tax season.
Tax season is coming up.
Yep. I'm trying to reach out and make a deal for SEMA to see if I can get like a code for like the Four Queens for Vegas for SEMA, the first week of November of next year. I'm kind of been reaching out and throwing some emails out there and messaging and see if we can make a deal. I mean, I would love to meet some of you guys. I really would. I mean, you guys have been. This is like number 34 or 35.
No, this is 35.
Exit says just wrapped up my 95 K15. I just had a few small issues, but it's basically done. My new project 85 C10 shortened, taking out the tired 305 / TH 350 build 350 cruiser with a 4L60.
4L80, 4L60. Yeah, no, I never agreed with that 305. That was all emissions. That was all government mandated emissions from the mid and late 80s. The 305 should have never been put in a truck. Should have never been put in a Camaro. I mean, they should have put 305s in Chevettes. I mean, it's just a way to get around, emissions regulations and fuel mileage regulations. I think 305s are bastard childs of the small block community. I really do. But anyway, so we're going to call it a night, and we appreciate all you guys. Merry Christmas.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Be safe.
Be safe. And
be good or be good at it.
True. And y'all have a great day, because a great day could be what?
Even better day tomorrow.
That's right. Well, I appreciate you guys. We'll see you next week. Or no, we'll see you Thursday.
We want to make sure the dogs ain't kill each other. See, I turned your light on for you, Mom?
Yes, it did. Thank you.